Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Pillars of Eternity 2. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just to join me today here in Tikawara. And I didn't forget the name, or didn't mess it up. Last episode we were having a chat. Well, actually we had a couple of very important chats with Mukumu over here in Tamao. There's a bit of a confusion going on in here, and we got a mission regarding that. And there's also another mission regarding Maya and her role for the Rawatai. Let's have a chat with her.
You probably have some questions about what we've been doing.
She sighs and nods.
We found Harama in quite a state, didn't we? It's no wonder you'd be curious about what's going on. Harama is a sociable type of guy. Getting to know people is as easy to him as breathing is to you or me. Atsura set him loose so he can get to know as many people as possible.
He's a spy. Sociable spy, but a spy. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let her say what she's saying. I want to see if she says he's a spy outright. And I also want to put some pressure on her by saying nothing.
I'm being vague, I know.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you work for Atsura for too long.
Huh. Shori runs her tongue over her teeth, irked.
He's keeping an eye on Tikawara. Who comes and goes, what sorts of things they discuss. Atsura is committed to a more peaceful Deadfire. But he's just one man. He needs good people to shoulder the burden with him.
Interesting. There's that's interesting. I don't know what to say about that, about Atsura's commitments anyway. What's to stop me from telling Honekaza and Haruhi about this, that mob? Yeah, I also don't trust them completely, but I'm not really sure how that's... That mob said he had coded missives, was that true?
Maybe. Probably. Let's just say we're not the first people to deliver Harama a missive that looked like one thing and read like another.
So Harama is just eyes and ears?
Only Atsura knows for sure. Harama might not even have all the facts. I certainly don't.
What have we been delivering, Maya?
Truthfully? I don't know. They looked like ordinary documents to me, but I'm sure that's how Atsura wanted it. Atsura has a new code for every hour of the day. He probably has cipher keys tattooed all over his body.
That would be one way of doing it. Okay, that's all for now.
You have every reason to be suspicious. Just trust me that this is all for the best. I wouldn't lie about that.
It's not about lying, of course. It's about opinion. You know, what is best. She wouldn't lie.
Some answers.
She wouldn't lie about what she thinks is best, that's for sure. Anyway, let's get out of here, and let's keep an eye on Maya. Amira's blessing to you, says Kwaru.
It is a bad omen to have a priestess so young.
Age is no assurance of wisdom. Remember Anna?
Still your tongue. Amira's winds will surely carry your words.
While I'm here, I could definitely hear that. Age is no assurance of wisdom. Anna, I assume, was very old and was very dumb or something, or unwise, I guess. Let's see. So I need to come down here. I thought I needed to talk to the dwarf or something. The fisherman Pakeho caught Tamao stealing. That's right. Okay, Tamao maintains his innocence. He mentions that the koiki was stored in the drying hut north of the Ranga's home. Yeah, I know I need to go north from here. Yeah, that's the one. Imuihi. Oh, actually, it's not the one. Well, that is the quest. It's just, yeah. I don't know why I'm coming down here. We don't need to come down here. Unless, wait a minute, Pokokohara lies due east of Tikawara, so we're not here. We're not in the right place. Okay, let's just look for the dwarf Pakeyu, that's the one, and see if he says anything new. I don't think so.
You need something?
Well, actually he does. Maku says you caught Tamao stealing koiki?
Ikira.
He pauses and stares at you with wide eyes.
Tamao was creeping around the drying hut where we stored koiki for the ceremony, north of our Ranga's home.
Tips his head to gesture away, holding your eye contact all the while.
I grabbed Tamao by the wrist and dragged him to Makumu. We found all of the koiki were gone, The snake brought this on himself, I say. Now Makumu will deliver him to Tangaloa's maw, where he belongs.
Huh. Interesting. My character here having an interesting possibility that it was Bakeo himself who stole. I didn't see this coming. Maybe because I was more concerned with, you know, understanding something that was very opaque to begin with, that whole conversation that we had with both the thief, or the would-be thief. No, he's actually a thief, and the guard. It was a pretty opaque conversation in regards to at least knowing what actually went on. Let's go with this. I mean, it is a possibility, and I didn't think of it, and if I had, this is the line I would like to say. It sounds like the type of story a Koiki thief would tell.
Tamao is the thief. Ikira, day and night I catch fish for the tribe.
Bakeo shakes his head, chest heaving as the smell of perspiration thickens. Tamao didn't have any Koiki, did he? He opens his mouth to retort, but closes it and hangs his head.
It is said the gods piss on the souls of liars before sending them back to Aora as krill. Tamao stole no Koiki. Kahopa must have made Tamao from sand lice, because he gives nothing to the tribe, only takes.
Did you steal the Koiki?
No! Ikira, I did not do this. I provide for the tribe. Not like that louse Tamao.
Every single line he says is about, oh, Tamao is smelly, Tamao steals, he's a jerk, he doesn't like cats. I can see why you'd want Tamao out of the way.
Ikira, I say Tamao is guilty even if he has no Koiki juice on his hands. He hates the tribe. Pity and charity fill his belly and shell pouch. And he has not strained a muscle to serve anyone but himself.
Well, I can only believe these two people when they say stuff like this. He did admit that he was a thief, so I would understand the animosity here. That doesn't make the situation right, but I don't have a first-hand experience with Tamao, which means I can't really judge for myself, but let's see.
Knowing this does not bring the Koiki back to the drying hut, but it will help to heal the tribe.
Would Mukumo accept your retraction without Koiki to prove it?
No. He wants the Koiki and the guilty. So do we all, I say. I cannot say if the true thief covered their tracks, since Mukumo never looked for clues.
Bakeo shrugs and calmly brushes sand off his foot. That's actually a very important aspect in this. He never is. When you have the wrong person, but you think you have the right person, you don't. You make the life of the actual criminal even easier because you don't look for clues.
But the drying hut? Ikira, in his sandals, this is where I would look.
I figured. Let's go up there. So the drying hut. Is this the drying hut? I thought this was just a hut in the building, but maybe not. We got Kuwaro Hut. I kind of wanted to go there. I was thinking communal storage hut. Oh, wait a minute. No, what? Okay, let's go into these houses and we'll figure that out. I thought it was a, I don't know. That looks like a different map altogether, not just a hut. Or the passage, anyway. Let's see. These people... Rongi! I can... Ooh, we found something. Oh, yes, we have. Okay, let's bring you over here.
Dim the lantern. I'm listening.
You are. Ah, dang it! Okay, this might work. Probably not.
Still as a pond.
Yeah, but not doing anything.
Your desire is mine.
Stop it.
You were saying?
I don't think he's... Ooh. Okay, you guys, get out of there.
I'm listening. Yishi. Quiet time.
At your service.
This is gonna be... It's gonna be tricky. These don't move, but he does. It's gonna be tricky because he's right there, so I'm gonna be right on him. Oh. We have Ship's Log of the Tempest Turn. An excerpt from the Journal of Noran, former first mate of the Tempest Turn. It reeks of stale liquor and white leaf smoke. Suppose this is more of a diary now, though let's be honest, it was heading that course for some time now, on account of Captain De Luna kicking me from the ship. That sounds very interesting. Well, I'm going to find out just as soon as I charter a ship to that island. Ooh, they left the grog. There's just interesting stories, I suppose. I'm not going to read them, but Rongi's journal. If not for the food shortage, Ruanu would ask for what I bring so many crabs. For what I bring so many crabs from the beach. They take to the sand at midnight and scuttle around my feet, as hungry as the rest of us, I say. The work is difficult enough without them, pinching my ankles and going after the prize. I thank Ngati for every day that Ruanu does not ask. The shore warms by day and cools by night. If this will get the job done, then even Kohopa may forgive me. Only at midnight can I check. Someday the tribe will know what I do, but until that day, Ikera, no one may know. In the meantime, I say the beach is so lonely. What do you do?
Give me the order.
I'm not sure what he does. Is it the killing the crabs,
What can
or
I do you for?
killing the crabs in an incorrect way somehow? Let's
I see your feet will not let you stay in one place.
His lean face has the pale, clammy sheen of a fish belly, but it forces a smile. Do you know anything about the missing koiki fruit?
Only the Tamau was slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Ikira, no one could be less surprised. Tamau had this coming.
You don't seem particularly upset about it.
Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamau deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left him out for the sport of beasts. Let the gods sort him.
Rongi's lip curls back, but he holds his composure steady. Okay, I had other questions.
I do not stop you from asking.
Do you know anything about the... what do you do here?
I weave baskets and mats, strong and soft, just as my mother's cousin taught me. In the afternoon, I will go to the trading post to sell them. Of course, all that I earn goes back to the Ranga first. This is prize share.
I've talked about that before. Price share. We know what it is. It's interesting that you can see what it is and also ask what it is.
Ikira, we trust in our Ranga to dispense our food, goods, and coin to the tribe. The Mataru get the best of all, and then the Kwaru. The Raparu share what is left among themselves. Mukumu sees to it that Tamau is made an example of what breaking prize share looks like.
Okay, farewell. Huh. Can't... Oh, wait, Hata. For what? For what does Rongi go out to the beach in the middle of the night? Oh, I couldn't get that. What happened? Rongi the basket weaver goes down to the beach every night. No one knows why. That's very interesting that I could get that. Hey, can I ask you? No, wait. It's you over there. Hi.
I see your feet will not let you stay in one place. I
Okay.
weave baskets in the afternoon, of course. Ikira.
Yeah, okay. Well, I can't... I know why. It's for the crabs. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's why he's not upset, and that's why it's wrong. He hunts the crabs when he shouldn't. Well, it's not that he shouldn't. It's just that he's not declaring them to the IRS, basically.
Say the word.
And as such, it's basically hunting the crabs for himself. I see that. I need to zoom in. It's a little thing over there. Come on, Eder. Get on with it. Fine sword. And a Forsaken cat. That's the best part. Chloe! +3 accuracy with melee weapons. And also, what else? And your party gains additional defense against attacks that apply afflictions. Chloe's the best. Isn't she? Look at her. She's like one of the striped cats of the jungle. There's a specific breed that is like that. I don't know. And yeah. Okay, so we can go to places with from there, but I don't know where that would be. Probably into the world. We got the shrine over here, and then over there. Huh? It is this way, isn't it? Let's go into the shrine. You know, for the warehouse. That's where I'm trying to go and find clues. Probably not going to be able to use my watcher abilities. Usually that's my advantage.
Blow bitter today, outsider.
It could be the Lagofath. They smell.
Quietly now.
Yes.
Captain?
Steal that. Yeah. What is that? Aquamarine.
Aye, aye.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She's so good at this. Oh, another one. It's the thing. Okay, and then we have other thing. What is that? Spider sponge.
Still as a pond.
I wonder how sponge is consumed for food. Yeah, but let's have a chat with Naidi over here. This woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
So the foreigners now send Huana to enslave Huana.
No one chains Takehu, I say. Well, except Rabuna.
Huh. He rubs along his neck and smiles, the shadow mark of a collar standing out in his flesh.
Shameless clown.
Excuse me. She folds her arms and stamps her foot. It's difficult to plunder when you can't reach the shelves, my lady. Oh, that is funny. Let's do that. Yeah, absolutely. Although it is a little bit ignoring the send Huana to enslave Huana. She's talking about... I assume she would be talking about as well as about Maya, but that would be Takeo, of course. Because he said that. I'm gonna say this. It's difficult to plunder when you can't reach the shelves.
Maybe not. But your kind have surprised me in the past. Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
Well, you might say that the ink and paper pacts are what's the word? A means, that's the word, for them not to have to conquer you with blades. Because, you know, what happens if you don't pay attention to the ink and paper pacts? Well, the blades happen. That's so technically they all conquer you with blades, either one way or the other. So let's see. Learn to fight or read the fine print. Either will do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's definitely your fault that they conquer you with ink and paper packs. Absolutely your fault. Their fault, I mean. Let's not say that. Let's go with, I'm looking for Pokokahara. That's true?
Akira. That is what the last bunch said. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Pokokahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Pokokahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
Valians are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing.
Pokokahara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure. Dark clouds surround Pokokahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
If the Valians are gone, why are you in such a foul mood?
This brood of outsiders will not be the last. Others will follow.
Yeah.
Like sharks, they are never appeased.
Thought she was gonna say like you, because we are following them.
That is for what we build this village. And for what he wasted half our stores of food feasting for them. You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Pokokahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction.
Adra is the life of the Deadfire. This is not done, I say.
Is it, Takeo? That's... I don't want to destroy it because it's Adra and souls are in it, or bits of souls anyway. I'm not really sure how that works, sorry, I had to cough. But it is interesting that he says Adra is the life of the Deadfire. That's not necessarily true, and at all, and that could be the death as well. It could be the death of Deadfire. It's certainly attracting Valian and the Valians and the Well, not so much the not Reparo, what's the word? Dang it. Maya works for them. Yeah, them. The other ones. It's certainly attacking both of them, but maybe not so much the other ones. The ones that are more about war. They're more about expansion, rather. It's at the center of the economy as it is right now, but it is also creating problems. That's not really the reason why I'll destroy it or not. I'm concerned about the souls that are in there, but we'll see.
We are the life of the Deadfire. Even if Nagati tells us to defend green rocks.
She pounds her chest and glares at Takeo.
When the Hydra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
How do you expect me to destroy Luminous Adra?
If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing.
Huh. I wonder if this is Pillar of Eternity. With, you know, the namesake of the game, but they're not really called Pillars of Eternity in the game. But you know what I mean, and within Pillars. Creating the storms would be interesting. I mean, it certainly fits. And if it's somehow dependent on the Luminous Adra, which would make sense, because they need souls, as far as I can tell anyway. Knock over an Adra pillar. I do enjoy a challenge.
I hope so. And we did not speak of this, Akira?
She nods, but her eyes are still narrowed in caution. I hear that Anaharu also had problems with outsiders. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the color crescent pendant. She forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath folded arms.
Anaharu was a tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves.
She sighs and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist.
But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
Okay, tell me about the trial of waves.
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
Why did Anaharu challenge Ruanu to a trial of waves?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka.
Which, again, goes to touch with that whole little interchange that they had about Adra being the life of the Deadfire. Her mouth becomes a hard line, her eyes for a moment to look distant and dead, and that's me noticing that.
So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island.
Her knobby knuckles pale as she squeezes the pendant.
Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking.
What does it mean to be cast off?
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
Huh. I see.
Anaharu goes to his next life. But, forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
You don't seem to think much of Ruanu's leadership.
He is our Ranga. My own great-aunt looked into his soul and declared him such.
Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching in a fist at her side.
I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
He dishonors your traditions and himself.
Akira, but the tribe is exhausted of strong Mataru to stand against him. The last one to challenge our Ranga was
She breaks off, looking down and frowning.
Anaharu.
Oh,
Must learn to stop saying his name.
that's who they were talking about. And they said it in a way that he wasn't wise. So she must be an outcast if she's still, you know, she wasn't convinced otherwise. She still believes what Anaharu did. So are you the priestess of this tribe? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant at her neck.
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
Did I mention? Did I talk about how this might be rooted in a misunderstanding of? Well, it's not necessarily wrong, but I've heard people, and both online and in real life, I've heard people say regarding the Greek gods, I think I might have mentioned this before in this Let's Play, regarding the Greek gods and the Roman gods, that they were basically the same gods, except with different names, and that's a popular understanding of how they work, of how they were, those two civilizations and their gods. It is, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it is, however, a misunderstanding. It's not totally wrong. There's a lot to be said regarding the subject, but it is an oversimplification, and it misses the point of what religion is, or rather, at least in the case of the Greeks and the Romans, was, and what role it has in society. Because it's more about it's not so much about the gods themselves, Ngati, or actually Ngati, who is it? It's Ondra. It's not about the gods themselves and the object of the worship, but rather the process of the worship and the way it is worshipped. And you see this you see this today. You see the multiple different religions that are Christian, and the Abrahamic religions, the main big versions of all the Abrahamic religions. There are 4 or 5, I don't know, at least 4, and they're very different religions, and they're fundamentally different, but they're still the same God technically. So for them to say it like this, it kind of shouts to me as if this distinction of what or who the God is versus how that God is praised to, I guess, not worshipped. That's the word I want to use. That distinction there is very important. I to the point where it would blind people to see, and it does, historically speaking, and today does blind people to seeing that it is the same God, despite that it is the same God, just because the worship is done so differently, and it is, that's just that's the role of religion. It's about the way you worship rather than the object of your worship, at least the vast majority of cases. In this case, it's just interesting, and I'm not saying it's historical or irrealistic or unbelievable or lacks verisimilitude, but it kind of tells me a little bit of It hints, doesn't it? Anyway, she points to the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and the sun-bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next.
You worship Gon same as I do, at least in Nekataka. But I'll admit I've never called Ondra Ngati.
Huh. And of course, all the narrative is going to be around that notion that she just put forth, but it's fine. They're not gonna talk about what I just said. I know they're not, but it's fine.
Foreigners know her as Ondra. To us, there is no difference.
Okay. Farewell then. Well, I'm not really sure. That was a weird end for a dialogue that was very much rooted on the political situation of the, for the lack of better term, invasion of the Deadfire. The settling of the Deadfire, the usage of the Deadfire. I think it might be central to the game. It's sort of a shame. I hope it is. I hope it is central to the game. The political situation that this is, of course, that there are historical parallels to this. Let's go up here and see what happens. Oh, so it does take us to another place. Yeah, but the political situation that the influence of traders has in comparison to the influence of slavers. I'm saying that in particular because she mentioned it. It's because it's hard for us as modern people and to understand trade and commerce as a political action, but it is very much a political action. When you invade someone, you're doing a political action, of course, using a certain using violence for sure, and trade is not doesn't use at least the same kind of violence, or doesn't use violence at all. It of course depends on the definition of violence, but let's, to put it in simple terms, it doesn't use violence, right? But it's still a political attitude to have. And for us who live in a world where global commerce is more and more common, it's very difficult for us to regard commerce as being a political action, but really it is, and especially it is when you look at countries or people that are not benefited by commerce, which would be this case. Like, if you think of the Deadfire as a land of tribal communities like this, what good does it bring them to allow them to trade, or for them to even want to trade all the time? That is, I mean, definitely it has good in it, in the sense that they get like medicine and new things and all that sort of stuff. Although I say medicine, but historically speaking, these type of communities actually have very good medicine in comparison to more urban communities, or urban civilizations rather. But anyway, it's just an interesting thing, because it's the juxtaposition of it is not necessarily jarring. The how is it pronounced? Juxtaposition? Let's go with that. So it's not immediately jarring or necessarily jarring if you understand trade and slavery as both of them being politically relevant actions, in the sense that a war is a politically relevant action, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it's an interesting situation, and I don't know what's best for these people, at least in this particular community. I do know that Nekataka might not have them, or might not have their best interest in mind, at least not their immediate best interest. Anyway, for right now, and because I have rambled on enough, and also I'm out of time, way out of time, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Pillars of Eternity 2. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.